I make different decisions now. I make decisions about how I'm spending my time. And when I think ahead, I think about what are the things that I really want to have be part of my life. And if it's not in that list, then what can I do about it? Around 1999, I started experiencing some abdominal pain, really excruciating abdominal pain, where I'd go to the emergency room and they would give me morphine, and that was it. Then I went home. No one was really thinking that it might be anything that serious. But when it happened the sixth or seventh time, finally somebody said, let's do a scan. And once the scan was done, then everything changed. There were tumors in my liver, and so that's when the biopsy happened, and then I found out I had carcinoid cancer. I was pretty devastated. I didn't know anything about cancer. I didn't know anything about neuroendocrine cancer. My world crumbled. I mean, everything crumbled. I wound up actually being sick for about 2 years. I had complications from the first surgery and needed a second surgery. When I was recovering from that, that's when I realized the one thing I could do was sit at the piano. And it was such a blessing. Even though I would wake up and say, okay, can I eat? And am I in pain? And I could sit at the piano and play and practice and compose and record. So that's what I wound up doing, and that's when I recorded my CD of music for healing. My life was pretty ruled by, I have cancer, and what does that mean? And it's such a deep question, because it's really the question of, how long am I going to live? What am I still going to be able to do? I realized I had questions, and with neuroendocrine cancer, there's so much to learn. And I thought, well, if I have these questions, other people probably have these questions. So back in 2012, I started LACNETS, which is the Los Angeles Carcinoid Neuroendocrine Tumor Society. And the idea of the group was to help educate other patients and create a community, really, where patients could meet other patients. I still think that that has been the most helpful to me, was meeting other patients early in my diagnosis and being able to learn from them. I've had this cancer for 13 years now, so at various points, it's really just a series of medical appointments. And then there are things that really bring me joy, and that's when I got to forget and get out of the cancer headspace. So music was something that became my medicine. You know, I felt like I could let this cancer take me over, or I could come back with some things that were going to be healing to myself and others. Since that's been my whole career as a pianist and a performer and composer, I decided to take that and make that into something that I could offer to other people to help other people. My guess was if it helped me, it might help other people. And then we started doing a series of concerts called Music Heals with different artists and working with the cancer support community. And the response was just amazing. And seeing people who were obviously going through all kinds of cancer, but obviously in treatment, up dancing and clapping and having a good time. When I did my CD of music for healing, it was really focused on the neuroendocrine cancer community. I realized how much we all need healing, and that was part of also living with an invisible disease. So I think it gave me access to understanding that here I am with, you know, this cancer in my body, and what's the story of the person next to me? And we all have some pretty dramatic stories. And there's a shared struggle there that brings us together. The response was really great to that first CD, and it was so nice to be able to share this with other neuroendocrine cancer patients. And that meant so much to me to realize that this could really be helpful to other people. So in terms of a mission, I would like to think that what I'm doing is helping others, whether that's through LACNATS or my music, that is something that inspires people.